What's good, YouTube? It's your man Rage King back with another one. Yes, another upload to the channel. And before we get started, actually, y'all please go down there and hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that share button, and hit that bell for notifications if you're new. Welcome to Rage Rants TV. This is how we do Rage and Rebels. Crown up. And if you're new to the crew, welcome to the Rage and Rebel Revolution. Now let's vibe. And y'all, I know. I had to give it a full 2 days before I could actually make this video. I'm sorry. I know I'm late, but I had to fully digest the banger of a game we saw on Sunday. What am I talking about? The Houston Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts, ending in a tie on opening week for the Houston Texans. Man, now let's speak on this, man. Let me just first of all say this. Until about the last 8 minutes of the game, the Houston Texans played one hell of a game. Hell, to be honest with you, I think they played for what they had, for the talent or the lack thereof they had on the field. These guys played hard. And I would like to give a shout out, and I pray and I hope that everyone that watches this video, or anybody that's a Houston Texans fan, gives Lovie Smith a round of applause and give him a thank you every time you see him in public, because this guy just came out and showed why he is a Super Bowl caliber coach. To have a team that doesn't really have a bunch of talent, has a bunch of low draft picks, a bunch of undrafted guys, a bunch of guys that people really don't know. These guys played their hearts out, and in a divisional game against a team on paper that is significantly better than them. You look at Matt Ryan, though he's aged a bit, he is up there in age, he's still a very valuable quarterback. He's still a very valuable quarterback. Arguably, he can be a top 10 quarterback still to this day, barring injury. You look at Jonathan Taylor, who's going out and proving again that he is a top 5 running back in the league right now. There is no debate on it. Name me 5 that are better. I'll wait. Exactly. Top 5 running back in the league. Michael Pittman Jr. showing the world the potential he has, and the sky is the limit for that guy. Michael Pittman Jr., son of the former running back Michael Pittman, who was also a pretty decent running back in his day. Michael Pittman Jr., 6'4", long reach, good hands, had a great day. But we gonna talk about the Texans, man. I just want y'all to take a look at this, bro. Because even though we tied, I know probably the one thing that is worse than a loss in a lot of people's minds is a tie with a division rival. All right. I'm going to be honest with you. This is nothing personal. This is just me being, a fan of my team. I don't really like the Colts. They're in our division. I don't like them. I don't like the Jaguars. They're in our division. I don't like them. I don't like the Titans. They're in our division. I don't like them. I don't because they're in our division. I will acknowledge when they have good talent. I will acknowledge when they have a good team. I won't be ignorant. However, I don't want them to win. I don't want them to win. I want us to beat them every single time we face them. At least beat them every single time. That's how I feel on the situation. However, in this case, seeing the lack of talent that the Texans had and seeing the great job that Pep Hamilton did with Davis Mills, he had a few questionable calls, but those can be fixed throughout the season. You look at Lovie Smith and some of the decisions he made. I know some people would say, oh, it's controversial. He did this, he controversial. But at the same time, we didn't lose. But I want y'all to take a look at this. Something stands out to me. As I said earlier and alluded to earlier, the Texans played great football until about the last 8 minutes of the fourth quarter. Take a look at this right here in the fourth quarter. Texans went down in the first quarter. Came back and scored 20 unanswered points in the second and third quarter, right? Up 20-3 in the fourth quarter. Almost midway through the fourth quarter is when they started to let up. Well, I ain't gonna say let up. That's when they started to get gassed, because I don't know about y'all, but in my opinion, the defense was on the field way too much. Against a team that's led by Matt Ryan with the with the top 5 running back in Jonathan Taylor, with a great coach in Frank Reich, with a smart, savvy veteran in Matt Ryan, you can't give them too many opportunities with the football and don't expect them to score. They're going to. They're too good. They're way too good. I say that to say this, that the defense was on the field way too much. This is how I know. Davis Mills had a good game. We're going to come back to him in a second, but I want y'all to look at the running back production. Look at the rushing yardage production that we did not have. 25 carries for 73 yards is not going to get the job done. That's not going to get the job done. Obviously, you got Jeff Driscoll and Davis Mills down here that had the -1 yard for Davis Mills and the 5 yards there, but I want to focus just on the running backs. Rex Burkhead did what he could, but he's a vet. Dameon Pierce, a rookie, I can understand first game jitters in the NFL. I understand it. First regular season game, I can understand that. But going forward, this right here needs to be a point of emphasis. If you're going to run the ball this much, you got to have more than 73 yards on the day. That is one of the best ways to keep your defense fresh. That is one of the best ways to keep the offense off of the field. And that is one of the best ways to dominate the game. Because let's just be honest, the Texans were dominating this game in the second and the third quarter. They were fully in control. When they stopped having production from the running backs, when they started to depend on the arm of Davis Mills just a little bit too much, that's when you started to see the turnover. The one turnover that Davis Mills had yesterday, the strip sack. That's what started this whole thing. That's what started this, a lack of running game, putting the ball in Davis Mills' hands way too much. Can he handle it? Of course. But the one thing you don't want to do in the NFL is become predictable on offense. If you become predictable on offense, you cannot score. And as you notice, you become predictable with the pass, you cannot score. We did not score in the fourth quarter or in OT. That is for a reason. A lack of a running game causes that. All right? Now, back to Davis Mills. You look at the game he had. Without any true production from the running game at all, from the running backs at all. Still went 23 for 37, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Only had one turnover that was really a communication problem. That needs to be cleaned up, and I think that will. Lovie Smith won't let that slide too often. He won't let that slide. I know he won't. He's a Super Bowl caliber coach for a reason. But I say all that to say this. The Texans had every reason to win this game. In a game that a lot of people expected them to be blown out in. Even though we tie with a division rival, and fewer things irk me more than tying with a division rival other than losing to a division rival, is having the opportunity to win, but just not executing. You understand what I'm saying? When you're not executing in the running game, the defense is on the field way too often. You become predictable on offense with the pass, and all you got to do is sit 7 back, wait for him to make a mistake, wait for him to throw the ball, and then make a play on the ball. That's how you play defense against a predictable NFL offense. Now, again, can Davis Mills handle it? Of course he can. Look at the numbers he's putting up with the questionable O-line and no running game. If we can fix up the O-line and get him a running game, Davis Mills is going to be a good quarterback barring injury. He's already showing he's a good quarterback. I was fully expecting him to struggle. He did with the first 2 drives, which both teams, it's the first game of the regular season, nerves, butterflies, all etc. are happening. But still had a great day. I will take this production from Davis Mills each and every game out. I will. One thing we can have, though, if we're going to expect to win, is this right here. 25 carries for 73 yards. We got to have more production from the running backs. We get more production from the running backs. We keep the defense off the field, and that defense is not giving up 17 points in the fourth quarter. Now, I will say, though I sound like I'm being critical of the Texans, I'm not. To be honest with you, I could not be more proud of this Texans team right now. The Texans had no business winning this game. To start off, on paper, the Texans had no business winning this game on paper. But these guys showed fight. They showed grit. They fought as much as they could. I just think at the end of the day, the defense got tired. They were on the field way too much. We can fix the running game. We can fix the problem with the defense that we're having and the defense being on the field too much. I don't think we have a bad offense. I just think with no running game, you're bogged down and you put too much pressure on Davis Mills when honestly, if you put that much pressure on any quarterback in the league, eventually they're gonna have times where they struggle. I don't care if it's Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, whoever it is. Even the greatest quarterbacks are gonna struggle when all you do is pass. You become predictable. All I got to do is sit 7, maybe 8 back, and then wait for you to make a mistake, make a play on the ball. That's how you defend that. But to end the video, I'm proud of the Texans, man. We couldn't come out with the win, but I'll take the tie against a team that's expected to win a division and make a deep playoff run, man. I'll take this. I'll take the production from Davis Mills. Let's get more production from the running backs, and I think we got a solid team, man. I think we really do. And once again, shout out to Lovie Smith for being an excellent coach for having a lack of talent, but still having these guys fight, and not give up, continue to do what they do. And I'm looking forward to the next game, man. I'm really interested to see how the Texans go from here, man, and perform from here. But that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about the Texans tying with the Colts. Do you think this is a good sign of things to come? I think it is. Or do you think this was just a horrible performance by the Texans? As long as y'all remain respectful and logical, we can have a conversation. That's the end of my video. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Go Texans.